So welcome everyone. We're excited to talk to you all about a really hot topic, retail media. Show of hands, how many of you have seen an article or read a stat about how much brands are investing in retail media for the past year? Yeah, exactly. It's pretty hard to have avoided this topic. And for good reason. There's incredible value for brands and retailers in retail media and so much untapped opportunity. So our goal is to make sure you walk out of today's sessions knowing about opportunities you can enact today from our network of vast publishers and solutions. Quick little intros. I'm Stacey Georgoulis. I'm our Vice President here, Strategic Partnerships and Solutions. Been with CJ about 10 years now.
Yeah, and I'm Amanda Gilmour. I am a Client Development Director out of the Chicago office, and so I'm really passionate about the topic today because it's something that we do with our clients every day.
Awesome. Okay, so if you didn't raise your hand earlier, which most of you did, because you haven't read a lot about retail media, or you have and you still don't really understand what it is and why it's so valuable, we have some high-level benefits to explain the different types of retail media. And some examples, some visual examples to help demonstrate what each are. So retail media really connects advertisers with ready-to-buy shoppers, uses precise data to show them relevant ads and ultimately drive sales and maximize ROI. So what does it look like? You've definitely seen this in your shopping journeys, but may have not realized it was actually retail media. So here we have a Nespresso ad on Macy's.com, driving attention to Nespresso. So people who are searching for coffee makers, driving them to the Nespresso brand. And here we have an example with Arm & Hammer on Walgreens.com, highlighting a promotion that's going on and driving people from the homepage of Walgreens to Arm & Hammer. So this is on-site retail media. It's happening on the retailer site. And it's happening with endemic brands, which means these are brands that are actually sold by these retailers. All right, so non-endemic retail media, it's a little bit different. It allows the brands to reach new audiences that are relevant to their shoppers and build awareness and sales for those brands outside of categories they might usually shop in. So quick video here. You've probably seen these type of ads in your own shopping experience. You finish checking out at Fandango or Aeropostale. Your dopamine is high, your credit card is out, and you're presented with some exciting offers from Disney Plus or Sirius. A lot of these happen post-checkout. These are all powered by our publisher partners, and we'll have some info for you on those publishers later in the presentation. Okay. So that's on-site with non-endemic brands. So Disney Plus, Sirius are not sold on those websites, but they're relevant products or services for those audiences. Okay, last but not least, let's go over off-site retail media. So this really extends reach beyond the site itself to basically across the web to get people to come to the retailer site and purchase, really maximizing engagement and conversions. So we have some great affiliate examples here. So a Nature Made ad with Rakuten Rewards driving to Walgreens. We have a Gillette ad with Capital One Shopping driving to Walmart. We also have a Clinique ad with Top Cashback driving to Macy's.com. And lastly, we have a Bear Traps ad with Rakuten Rewards as well that drives back to Belk. So all these brands invested in these campaigns to enhance their sales and conversions on these retailer websites through affiliate opportunities. Awesome. Gonna hand it over to Amanda.
Thanks, Stacey. So now that we have a lay of the land of what opportunities from a media standpoint are available to us for retail, let's talk a little bit about the state of the retail and media spend. So this year alone, advertisers are expected to spend about $50 billion just in 2024 on retail and media. And this omni-channel retail media spend is expected to maintain a higher growth rate over the next few years than all ad spend in the digital marketplace. So there's a huge opportunity for performance marketers, retailers, and brands to tap into retail media and really embrace the power that we're seeing of it in not only our channel, but across all channels. And that is because the space continues to become more and more diverse, and it will continue to over the next couple years. And it's really allowing advertisers and brands to target customers not only on their own properties, but across the entirety of the web. In fact, about 20% of that anticipated spend is going specifically to off-site retail media. And again, that's really because advertisers are gravitating towards partners who offer robust first-party data outside of their own ecosystems to really target those customers where they are every day all over the web. But one thing to note is that most advertisers are actually currently scaling in programmatic as opposed to other channels for retail media. And there are a lot of benefits to programmatic, the targeting capabilities, the campaign performance, and the details that you get there. But there are also limitations and concerns when it comes to programmatic, thinking about transparency and quality, and those are things that affiliate is ready to address when it comes to digital investments.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda. Okay, so why should brands and retailers be investing that retail media budget in affiliate? Ideally all, 54 billion, but at least, some of it. We'll take some. So there's so much opportunity beyond the walls of programmatic. We all know programmatic is effective and great, but there's a lot of good reasons why affiliate fits the bill for this investment. So let's start with on-site. First, as a retailer, there's huge competition with the Amazons and Targets of the world who have these massive retail media networks and are just, getting tons of revenue dollars from their brands. These publisher technologies allow really any retailer to compete with those massive retailers and actually monetize their site traffic with very little tech resources needed. They don't have to build something in-house. They can leverage this publisher third-party technology. And it creates customer value. So after someone checks out, for example, and again, they're in that stage of ready to buy, they're presented with a relevant offer for them, often with some kind of promotion or offer. And so that helps the customer feel like there's something extra I'm getting here with this experience. They can even actually drive loyalty points for that retailer by redeeming that offer. So it creates that retention cycle as well. The ads, like I said, are contextually relevant. So there's targeting capabilities, using that retailer's first-party data to present the right offer to the right customer. And again, ready to buy, they're in that key moment. So with offsite as well, we have a network of 170,000 publishers. We have access to over 25 million creators. So that's it's a huge reach, and the diversity of publishers scans from coupon publishers to creators to big media content sites. So every type of niche audience you could be looking for, you can find within the CJ network. There's obviously proven profitability and ROI in this channel. I'm sure as all of you in this room know, you're only paying for outcomes. So we tend to have much stronger ROI than investments made in other channels. Performance transparency is huge as well. You're going to know where your ads are showing up, with what partners on what properties, and be able to see all the performance of that they're driving down to a SKU level. As Amanda mentioned before, brand safety is really important. Again, you have the ability to know exactly who you're advertising with. It's not a black box, so you have total control over where your brand shows up. And lastly, with incentive and reward publishers, you have the chance for a built-in strong call to action using cashback rewards. You don't have to have a promotion going on. You can utilize these type of partners to make people want to convert. Okay, so in addition to all the benefits I just went over, we've used our own data to prove that affiliate is incremental beyond a doubt. So based on a network-wide analysis, we were able to see that shoppers who are engaged in the affiliate channel throughout their journey complete more purchases, spend more per transaction, have a higher conversion rate than those who do not interact with affiliate, which ultimately leads to 153% more revenue per shopper.
Thanks, Stacey.
Yeah.
And as Stacey just mentioned, we know affiliate is significantly incremental for retailers and brands, and that holds true too when we talk about retail media, especially offsite in our channel. To give you an example, for instance, recently a large vitamin brand ran a campaign through affiliate with a publisher that had enormous reach. And part of the appeal was that first-party data that this publisher brought to the table. They were really looking to target shoppers off-site who have never purchased from their brand before. And so they were able to work with this publisher to target them with a buy one, get one free offer to really motivate that conversion and to elevate their sales. And results were impressive. It actually more than doubled the brand's forecasted sale for the entire BOGO promotion. And we saw about 147% lift in revenue, 124% lift in sales, and we came in around just under $5 in media ROAS, which was considered significantly strong for this brand. So now that we have seen an example of that impact, I want to dive a little bit deeper into how affiliate can support delivering these kind of results in real time for retail media. As just discussed, audience targeting with publishers provides the opportunity to tap into that wealth of first-party data that the brand or the retailer might not have themselves. And some of those capabilities that we're able to tap into from a targeting perspective, right, is reactivating lapsed shoppers, targeting those net new shoppers like the one the vitamin brand was able to do, and just ultimately continue to bring customers into the funnel. The other good thing, especially working with particular partners like loyalty or coupon partners, is their ability to also drive an additional incentive to the customer, whether that's cash back or additional coupon or promotions along with the deal to really motivate those people into the funnel and to make that conversion. And one of the things that we have been doing from a CJ perspective that has been great is our audience commissioning that allows us to have retailers and brands pay out publishers on the most valuable customer when they're, tapping into retail media. And it's been a huge, push for us and great to see. It's been enticing brands more and more to bring those dollars to our channel. Another area of opportunity is connected TV. CTV continues to grow. Actually, in that forecast that I showed earlier, a significant amount of that growth has to do with connected TV. And that is really just because in our channel specifically, we're able to test on that rev share model for affiliate. And so it comes with a low risk for retailers and brands, and also gets them in front of customers in the spots that they already are, right? As consumers, I'm sure you all can attest, we spend upwards of 5 hours a day on our personal devices, including our television. So that continues to be just an opportunity for all of us, right, to reach customers where they are. And it also provides some targeting capabilities, right, when it comes to location targeting, also some conquesting to compete with competitors, for a vitamin brand to show up for those who are shopping for vitamins holistically already. And what's great about opportunities for CTV and affiliate, it is a pretty easy integration for retailers and brands, especially if you are universal tag integrated through CJ. There's pretty minimum lift in addition to being low risk. Another area, which is actually one of my personal favorite capabilities we're discussing today, is conquesting. And that really allows brands and retailers, when it comes to retail media, leverage publisher technology that's already in the marketplace and really enable incentive driving. So incentive retargeting, for example, say you're a vitamin or a customer looking for vitamins, you're searching online, and then a publisher is able to retarget you with a offer, say a BOGO offer like we discussed, to really convert you and hope that you make that purchase and become a lifelong customer. Something else that we're able to do when it comes to conquesting, again, is also for competitive brands. Say, you are Nature Made, but you're a customer searching for Nature Made with Target, we're able to target you to purchase from Walgreens, right, and provide that incentive for that conversion. So you're purchasing Nature Made regardless, it's just a matter of who you're purchasing it from. And again, like I mentioned, lots of capabilities from a publisher perspective in channel to tap into. Particularly Capital One has been really honing in on retargeting and the conquesting, and so lots of opportunities from that perspective for brands and retailers.
Raise your hand, Tyler. Talk to Tyler after.
And then finally, as I mentioned before, programmatic seems to be the bread and butter of retail. You know, historically, we're trying to branch out of that from a more omni-channel perspective, and we actually do have opportunities for programmatic in affiliate. So we're not completely sort of shifting dollars away from one thing. It is really just bringing both together to be an omni-channel initiative to capture that customer at every touch point in their journey. And the same things apply in affiliate for programmatic. So still, you know, rich reach and targeting, still transparency and detailed reporting. And again, we also operate on that rev share model, so it comes at a low risk and a low cost. And of course, talk to your CJ teams and applicable teams about more information on how to get started. And I do want to leave you just with one more example of how targeting an affiliate can achieve strong results for brands and retailers in the retail media space. And so a popular beauty brand recently tapped into affiliate conquesting opportunities through a number of partners and was able to reach a huge amount of consumers who were shopping for their brand or like brands. And the goal for them was really to grow basket size. And so they were offering a gift with purchase offer through affiliate that required consumers to meet a pretty high threshold in terms of basket size. And we actually were able to see really strong results with them through the conquesting initiatives that they ran with publishers to target customers already looking for beauty products or looking for their beauty products through another retailer site. And we saw a 211% increase in revenue, a 370% increase in items sold, which was really their goal, was to increase the number of products sold. And again, came in around $5 from a media ROAS standpoint. And so this triple-digit lift in revenue and sales and items that we saw was really important to the brand, and they continue to bring, you know, those dollars into affiliate because of the efficiency that we've seen as a channel for them. And I will pass it to Stacey to talk a little bit more about how we measure those results.
Wrapping up here. So not sure if we mentioned that in addition to all these great benefits, these campaigns are actually measurable. So CJ has this awesome retail media campaign analysis report, allows you to really analyze the true lift and incrementality of these campaigns. And you can dive into results down to the brand level, halo brands or product level, and even like a custom SKU list if the brand was looking, you know, say they launched a new product line or something and they were looking specifically to target a list of SKUs. All that's possible through our retail media campaign analysis. All right. So next steps, wrapping up here. So in the offsite space, if you're a brand or a retailer, really determining, you know, who's that relevant team internally. Maybe it is you, maybe it's somebody you work with, who's kind of, you know, leads the retail media space. Talk to them about the opportunities in affiliate, what challenges they're having that you now know affiliate can help solve. If you're a publisher in the audience today, it's definitely great for you to understand that there are these additional dollars out there. So if you do work with multi-brand retailers, definitely, you know, in your next call, your next meeting, ask them about the, they might call it like vendor-funded budget or co-op dollars. Ask them what they have there, what their opportunities and challenges are, so you can help support. And then on the on-site retail media side, these are just a sample of the great publishers in our network that enable that on-site ad technology and also that, you know, that ad inventory for advertisers as well. So you can contact any of these guys. They're almost all here at the conference, but either way, their emails are up on the screen, and all this content will be sent around to attendees as well. So if you missed a screenshot, we'll get it to you. And I think we have a few minutes if there's any questions.
Great, you're all pros.
Yeah, experts. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.